All right, so we had I wouldn't say we had a breakthrough during the last episode, but we're definitely on the right track. We've been slowly refining our deck, which at the moment is very heavily focused on generating block and then using spiked armor to reflect damage back on enemies. We have some pretty unremarkable weapons that I think could use a little extra love. The Baron Gauntlets and the Devourer's Carapace seem decent, but yeah, I think largely our success in this run is going to be determined by our capacity to defend sufficiently. We are broke as they come, with no fate. So my inclination here is to focus pretty heavily on combat. How about the Forge? How are we doing on resources? We're actually doing decently on resources. Well, we don't have a lot of commons, so that's why the magic dust is sitting unutilized. But yeah, maybe let's do a couple of basic fights and hope that we can clear them out. Looks like the Scorpion King is going to be at the end of our journey. So hopefully we have the capacity. We have plenty. It seems like we have plenty of healing. So hopefully, looks good. The bat is gonna get a face full of something or other, but the spoders are all just doing their thing. So. Shame that we don't reflect on things like the pulls or the webs, but yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see how well we handle some of these things. So I think, given, well, let's see, 8, 8, 16, 24, 31. We definitely have enough defense, so I think we just go for that. We currently have 5. Wow. So I think we can afford to kind of like just put some damage in like so, and then I don't think anybody's getting through our defenses, and quite the opposite. I think we're just gonna end up wrecking these. Now, speed up, is that increasing our initiative? I think it is. Okay, so if we move up 1, we'll get both of these two. We don't really have anything else. Now, take the lead. If you are alone in the front row, gain 2 vigil on turn start. Okay, so that is kind of part of our vision, but that is just a large amount of block. We probably should have 128 on riposte. Not bad. We're gonna have to look at the cards that are available to Catherine to see what we necessarily want to utilize, but we probably want at least one attack, because I'm worried that there's going to be situations where our deck's lack of offensive capacity means that we, say, can't work our way through something, or something has potent where we don't want to be taking a lot of hits. We have Raw Strength. We have Curio Attunement. Do we currently have Rings and Belt? I don't think we do. I feel like I would just check that, and we're short an Amulet. Okay, we'll need to figure that out. Speaking of enemies that may have potent things afoot, so with 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, we can do all of this. But it doesn't do us much good if we don't draw our defend. I guess we're currently taking kind of unnecessary damage. We probably shouldn't have moved until we picked up spiked armor. Now, what are you doing here? You're hindering and reality warping. Okay, so now we have kind of the nightmare situation, which is we have spiked armor, but we drew no defense. So I'm just gonna slide out of the way of these fools and just put in a little bit of damage there. But that's a bad draw for us, to be sure. Given how much of our deck is defends, one would expect that we would have drawn at least a couple. Okay, and then we can't get everybody, but I think standing here will get us 2, which is pretty good. That's good enough. Get wrecked. I thought for a second there we took damage. Okay, this is the perfect place for us to be, for sure. It does seem like our skills are continuing to scale. Or maybe we have to reset it by using it once. It's a little unclear to me, the mechanic of hindrance. But hopefully this just improves the situation a little bit. Oh, annoying placement, to be sure. Okay. Not quite enough to get the kill, I don't think. Oh, this guy got another round of invulnerability. I wonder if that's just going to keep on happening. That could be bad for business. That's why we need an attack, and we want to find a better one, presumably. Yeah, okay. The perpetual buffing. Hopefully this guy at some point changes his mind to do something else. Otherwise, this is going to be a mite painful. Okay, this guy should die, just due to the lack of invulnerable on the attack. There we go. But this guy, if he doesn't... this guy's going to be a problem if he doesn't start... Okay, doing attacks. Good, good. That's what we like to see. You probably should not have attacked me. Let's see. A shield. Is a shield better than our weapon? Probably unquestionably so. Strength and lightning resist. This game, we gain speed up on kill. We draw cards. Hey, Jacob, welcome to the stream. That's an interesting question. If that is indeed better. The shield versus the speed up versus this one has poison stacks, melee damage, and cold resist, but has shield glare, which we like. Or did I attach? I attached shield glare. Okay. Yeah, I don't know which one of those we want to go with. That's an interesting question. Anything that generates more block seems like it would be very good for business. At 90 gold, we're going to get basically nothing out of the shop, I don't think. So I'll go here. Ooh, Lesser Conviction Rune is pretty big. Do we have anything to sell? Oh, can we sell? Oh, yeah, we can't sell here. All right, so I think we definitely buy one of these. I would have bought two, given the option, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But we may find a card that converting it to red is pretty transformative for us. And then we'll do that and see if this ring we can do an enchantment on. Ah, I forgot that they added gold to this. We can't auger orb either. All right. Well, then I guess that's all she wrote. What do we have over here? More gold drops an additional item. Not that interesting to me. This region is not giving us a lot of options, and the XP has ground to a halt. We've done multiple fights. We do have a lot of respec points, and I want to take a look at the top tier cards here. I'm trying to think if there's a way to do it. We can do it using a respec point. We just have to be a little careful. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother doing that right now. We'll get another card relatively soon. But for now, I think we're just kind of cruising. All right, and we are also broke. We gain Might, Accessory, a Spirit Bear, Energy Siphon, Burning Ground. I mean, I like some of the stuff we're getting. I don't think the Spirit Bear is going to be very transformative for us. And then it's a little annoying fighting the Undead Mage, but I think XP is our biggest engine of improvement. Okay, again, lacking the lacking critical equipment, but that's okay. Drains of it. Apply 3 slow. Don't love that. Slow is the buff that reduces generated generated block, which obviously is our engine. But I guess the Burning Ground has some potential benefits for us. Okay, this is pretty good though. We did pick up spiked armor, although we're not generating a crazy amount of defense, but I guess that's probably good enough. I don't think we're going to take a hit from it. The Burning Ground, I think, may have done more damage than I have. Oh. Very unfortunate that no one is attacking into us at the moment. We have Mend if we need it, but we don't. Right now, I think we have too many heal cards for the structure of our deck. We should probably reduce the number of them. I mean, we certainly for fights like this where we don't think we have any concern, we can go ahead and really 32. You're gonna off by 1 me? It doesn't really matter. I guess we'll just do that. I'm worried that I'm gonna have to start stepping into the locations that the archer is hitting in order to get the kills. It's an odd problem to have. Wow, that guy was hitting for 44. Respect. But yeah, like I was saying, turns like this, I can't really do anything. I think... I have more than enough, and the Fortify is hugely beneficial. It would be nice if we had a way with Stand Your Ground to do that, to effectively enable that. Okay, so let's see. You're attacking there. I can move into the space where that is happening, and I think I probably will, even though it's kind of expensive. Probably should have used Divine Hammer. Because we only have so many offensive tools in the toolbox. What are you doing? Just gaining guard? This is the power of Fortify, though. It's putting us at like 200 armor. Okay, we do need to shift one more time. I really wish that that shield block gained, rather than gaining armor, gained Fortify. We should probably look for a reusable source of Fortify. That probably should be on our list. Dexterity skills is not going to be of any interest to us. We just picked up 2 levels, though. I'm curious what, how shield block improves. Skill is no longer limited, costs SP, not that interesting. Gain 0.2 SP on turn start, or no longer retain base values increased by 50%. No. There's very few of these. Fury charges will reduce the AP cost of this. We might want to do that. We're floating a bit of AP, and making those Divine Hammers free might be a good engine. But right now, we really have nothing that we want to improve. We have 2 available, and we need to spend 2 in order to get there. We could go for the Synergy slot into the Holy Warrior slot. Shield charge. Deal 10 damage to move to the front row. Deal additional damage equal to your guard. Playable only from the back row. Unlikely we're going to get a chance to use that. Armor up is not interesting. Bodyguard requires another ally. I don't see any Holy Warrior cards that are particularly transformative for us. I think there might be value to picking up another tier 1 talent, while at the same time we basically use Shield Glare on cooldown, so making it slightly better I think is good. And then we could go shield proficiency. Hey, Pack Tracks, welcome to the stream. Are you a Gordian Quest player? One-hand melee proficiency. This would benefit us a little bit right now. Good health is a pretty large HP increase. Do we already have limit break? I don't remember. Oh, I mean, I've been having a great time with it. I certainly recommend it highly. So let's take a look at these. So, what other games do you enjoy? I'm curious, Pack. Celestial Wrath, deal 35 damage, apply 17 shock and burn. That seems like an interested damage dealing card. Raise max channel by 2 for every heal played. I don't think that's that interesting. And gain critical equal to the amount of HP healed on self this battle. Not that incredible. Reduce damage taken by the next hit by 50%. Purge 5, double your armor. I think we want Bulwark. I think that's probably the next one that we want to invest in. Discipline, draw a card from your expend pile. That could be interesting for generating Fortify. Oh, Stanley, it's a good game. It has, so what I will say, the thing that I have said time and time again, about this game is that it has a staggering amount of complexity to it, which, you know, if you're into it, that's awesome. But it definitely is not for the faint of heart. Let's see. Replace a skill in your deck. That's tempting. Let me see. I don't actually know how the mechanics of this event work. If this is like basically a free respec point. But let's give it a go. And then I was thinking of, we don't need 2 of these divine hammers. So let's see. Okay, so it does look like it's a respec point, which means what can we get out of this? We could get another shield block, which I think wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, let's try and do that. See what we can pick up. Gain 1 armor, gain 1 vigil. I don't think I would use this. Last spell is awesome. Hades. Yep, I played that on the channel back a while ago. I never tried Tainted Grail, and I did play Erotis on the channel. So you and I, we're playing pretty much the same games, Pack, for sure. I think I will... Well, what is this one? Deal 33 damage, regain 6 HP, but it's expensive. So armor is your guard is not reduced. Vigil is you generate more guard. But it's an expend card, and we don't really want to do that. I'll gain sustaining strike for now. We can always respec it later. Let's go here. I need to remove that card from the mix, though. So this is a chance of a random item. Then we can go grab these 2, then this, then the rune pouch. All right, let's do that. We should also be thinking critically about if there is a non-red card that we would benefit from converting over. And I'll grab that. That's a little risky, but we don't really have any exhaustion. So let's try that. We might take a hit here. Oh, we get a green conversion rune. That's not going to do much for us. But let's take a look at our deck and just see. So, like, what if Mend? What if we converted Mend over to being a red card? That could be pretty interesting. For the time being, I think Sustaining Strike is going to not be a part of the deck. Or is it better than... Actually, I think it's better than Divine Hammer, now that I look at it. So let's leave Divine Hammer in the deck. I want to keep it nice and thin. So this, we're getting a magic accessory, a spirit bearer. Sure, we can do this. Famous last words, right? Okay, we are fully standing in the worst possible place. We don't have the goods, so I'm just gonna move to here, and then the bear is taking all the abuse, so that's fine. So I think we can just... Wow, that is not an insignificant hit, to be sure. But yeah, right now, the thing that I'm thinking about is we have a card in our deck, Stand Your Ground, that if we got it to the point where we could recycle it, so it's no longer expending, it would be very strong, because it allows us to carry armor over turn by turn. Now, unfortunately, I'll probably move up so that I can... I still haven't drawn our critical asset here, actually. So for the time being, we're just gonna sit here and let the bear do the work. Because unfortunately, until we draw spiked armor, we don't really have an engine for doing the things we need to do. Now, we need to check Energy Siphon. That's one less AP. I will probably swap the bear out if I can get a decent number of attacks. So we can get 3 attacks just by moving up. But we didn't draw enough defense to make it worth it. So I think we just continue this process, and I'm gonna toss a Stand Your Ground on just so that the Fortify engine gets going, and hopefully we can get a nice big hit from the armor out of next turn. This bear is an absolute beast, though. It's doing work. Okay, so we got... The most attacks we can get is in the center here. So I'm gonna take the energy siphon here next turn to try to blow up a couple of these guys just out of strict impatience. 108 wasn't a kill. Wasn't this guy supposed to attack? I very vividly remember being like, oh, he's going to attack. All right, so I'm going to move down. Even though we're taking the energy siphon, it's not a big deal. So this should, from my perspective, finish the 3 of these, no problem. Okay. Good stuff. And now we're like 1 sustaining strike away from blowing this guy up. It's proving elusive, it seems. We only need 13 armor, so I think I'm probably just going to do this, and then we'll see about that. Thanks, Bear. Much appreciated. Ooh, a necklace. Oh, that's about as good as it gets for us. I wish we had a slightly better shield. And then we have level ups to do, which we're only picking up 1 level up, but that's fine. This is a decent... So, Fury Chargers will reduce the AP cost of this. Okay, so Tireless looks like Sustaining Strike is going to be great. So let's get it leveled up, and we'll probably leave it in our deck as our ability to do the damage that we need to do. And then I don't really want to take a Curse. I don't really want to do... This has no upside and just a staggering amount of downside. We could also teleport over, grab this fight here, which looks very doable, and then pick up a buff for the Scorpion King too. That seems decent. Okay, now we are immediately saddened by the absence of spiked armor. We should probably work on improving the consistency of our deck in that regard. But we don't have anything to worry about except that we just had a great volley of attacks come in that we're not capitalizing on. Okay, so yeah, so if we move down, I think we're in relatively good shape, and yeah, this should be enough. And then I'm gonna toss the mend out because we should probably void the mend, just given the fact that we have just too many heals in the deck, and we're kind of sitting on them for a rainy day at the moment, which is not particularly beneficial. Okay, everybody's attacking. That's good news for us. I'll stand my ground so that we can roll over some of the defense. Okay, and this should level quite a few baddies. But yeah, we probably need a single targeted attack. So like in this case, you're the only one that's not attacking. So we do that. And then There we go. We don't need the mend, and then these two are gonna break themselves upon our body. Okay, level ups means that we can pick up a card here, and immediately the card that we were looking for is not present, but is a second spiked armor just a doubling of our damage output. I think we need to test that. So it is an awesome game. It is time consuming. And the biggest like downside that I generally describe to people is that it is intensely complicated. That's like its biggest weakness from my perspective, is that it has a incredibly high level of complexity. And then I think I'd rather work my way into the middle and then up to this tier 3 slot. Yeah, there's a lot of complexity, and sometimes the game is not particularly interrogatable, which, and what I mean by that is sometimes things happen and they feel very counterintuitive from what was expected, which, you know, as you play a game more, you get better at figuring out how the game is going to work, but it's definitely a challenge of this game. Discard a heal card, gain 1 channel. No, it's not interesting. Discard a heal card, gain 11 guard, plus 7 guard if the discarded card is a rare card, and 17 if it is an epic card. Interesting. Every time you heal an ally, they gain critical. Every time you heal an ally, they gain might. I'm trying to decide if there's stuff in this space that would be beneficial for us. Sure, let's draw a Spirit Healer card. We don't have to put anything in the deck. Yeah, it has a huge number of systems. So it is focused. Your next X melee attacks will grant channel equal to the number of targets hit. Not really that interesting for us. If it was retain, I might look at it. Spiritual Precision. Every time you heal an ally, they gain crit, or allies in a square of 5 gain might. We're not going to use any of these, but I'll just grab this one, and we'll not put it into the deck at the moment. But yeah, there's a whole rune system that has quite a bit of complexity to it, and a few other things. Let's see. Take the Lead, I think, is doing good work for us, but I don't think Restore is particularly important to us. Is that the card that I want to make our deck more efficient with? I think so. I think we have enough healing. No. So most of the keywords are spread across all of the characters, like Fury and Channel, and like there's a few different classes of them. So there are buffs like Fortify, but then there are also tokens like Fury. So when you see my character, she's going to have spinning red orbs around her. Those are Fury orbs, and those are used as like a secondary casting currency. It gets complicated though, to be sure. Okay, so the scout is just immediately going to trigger. Can I get both of them? And then there's this whole system, which we haven't talked about. Ooh. All right, that shield is going to be very nice for us. Anything that increases our block generated is going to be pretty good. And then I want to see where she moves to see if we can grab her. That's not going to be transformative. I'm worried we're just going to be chasing her from this point forward unless she doubles back. Oh, we can get her, though. We might take damage from this. Gosh, we're still super duper broke. We can gamble on something. We have an amulet now. Do we have 2 rings? We do have 2 rings, but one of the rings is pretty garbage. Let's try for a weapon. Our weapons are pretty trash, and a weapon could be pretty transformative. The Tide Breaker grants Heavy Blow. Heavy Blow deals 36 more damage. Heavy Blow's AP cost is increased by 1, plus 5 melee damage. So it's going to cost 4? I would have expected it to decrease. So we would just end up voiding this, and it's a two-handed item, so I don't think that's going to do us any good, unfortunately. It's rather disappointing. Now, we have one more movement. Nothing. Well, we can get this, but we're definitely going to take damage. I think we're okay. We have some heals. Well, okay, it moved out of the way, so that was merciful. So, for now, our deck is the appropriate size, but we picked up this shield, which is 3 to strength skills, which I think is totally worth collecting. We'll remove this rune. Yeah, so I'm doing a solo run pack. You can play with 3 or you can play the solo mode. I really enjoy playing the solo mode because I think it is amazing for learning the nature of the game. So that's why I like to play solo runs, because each of the characters has enough complexity that when you're playing with 3 of them, you often are missing out on like subtleties of them. And then I think just because this is a boss fight, I'm going to put Restore back in the deck just in case things get a little hairy. Exactly, Pack, because you kind of have to learn what works to be able to play each class, and there's enough nuance that you kind of want to build around that. Okay, so you're both buffing. You're hitting me with Quick Sting. That's probably fine. Somehow we didn't draw either of our spiked armors, which is pretty lame. So you have 1 immunity, prevents next debuff, and then 8 damage to all enemies. Shuffle 2 poisoned into the draw pile. Poison may come back to bite us. I wouldn't be surprised, but I think for now we can do just 3 of those, and we'll just put some damage in on the Spider King. The dice rolls determine initiative order, which is across the top here. So your initiative is determined by a innate player stat, which is initiative, combined with a dice roll that's a little bit of variance. It's very similar to the way that that Darkest Dungeon handled it in the first game. And then here, I just want to see how much this thing is taking. So with 25 armor, but 2 of these, each one of these should be generating 5 times 8 or 40. So I'm hoping that this guy takes 80, or the second spiked armor is not useful. He took 50. That was not either of the options that I was expecting. Yeah, absolutely, Pack. As a side note, before you go and potentially play the game, which I hope you do, and I hope you enjoy it, we do have a Discord, and it would be, you're welcome to join it. We have a channel where we discuss Gordian Quest and the strategies that have been working for us, etc. I'll go ahead and link that in Twitch, and then I will copy it over because my I linked it in the wrong one. The bot only works sometimes. Let's see. So, oh, it looks like it did. So yeah, so if you want to come visit, we would certainly love to have you. And it's always good to have more people to talk about these games with. But yeah, good luck and enjoy. Okay, so 180 looks like double the damage. I'm still really not sure, honestly, if you're gonna roar, which is gonna daze me. Okay, and you're not doing anything, so moving wasn't particularly useful. I think we'll just get rid of you and then continue stacking. Yeah, he was gonna daze no matter what, but now he should be in the mode of just like wanting to do some damage, I hope. Sadly, the timing on our armor roll-off was kind of poor. And this guy's not attacking us, which is unfortunate. He needs to attack us so that all of this amazing retribution that we're doling out has a positive effect. All right, there we go. Now he's doing the thing. It's a little slow going. All right, so it seems like every other turn he's doing the floor is lava maneuver. So hopefully this turn he decides to attack. Oh, come on now. All right, I guess maybe, okay, maybe we need to end up not in his row so that during his turn he moves. Yeah, okay. It looks like he has there's an element to his AI that is move into the lane, but so the problem becomes, I guess I should have sustaining struck there, but he's never, it doesn't look like he's ever going to attack us twice in a row because he seems to move every turn. Okay, never mind. He apparently can attack us twice. I don't think the 2 retributions are working. Yeah, I think... Oh, we do have a little bit of poison. That's interesting. I'm not worried about it. We still have plenty of heals in the deck. And sustaining strike is going to do a good job of keeping us topped up as well. So yeah, so 68, 104. I think that is just the, I think might does stack. But I think we should reroll the second spiked armor into something more effective for our deck. Either way, this has been a pretty straightforward fight. I'm going to use this just to get rid of the poison, and maybe we'll be able to use Mend, but... Get rid of the poison. Alright, and that's all she wrote. Wow, a lot of sound effects coming in for the Scorpion King. I don't think I remember all of those from previous encounters. Ash Veil grants Roar, +2 strength, +1 attack damage per 6 fire resist, +1 physical resist per 6 fire resist. So for stacking fire resist, that's useful. Let's do our level ups first. We said we were going to come up this way. I liked the idea of sustaining strike using fury charges. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we have our first top tier node. So let's look through all these. Whenever you consume Fury Charge, gain health. That seems good. Chaos Resist, max HP. When you gain Fury Charges, remove 1 debuff from yourself. Ooh, that seems really good. Purge is always good. Debuffs are scary. We don't have a thick deck, so that's not particularly interested. Cannot be affected by root or speed down. Gain 25% of avoiding any status debuffs that are applied to you. Juggernaut seems good. Using a melee skill grants 1 Fury Charge. Lose all Fury Charges at the end of turn. That wouldn't be a big deal. And Force of Nature, effect of might is increased by 100. I think right now I like strong... No, I like... Was it strong fortitude? When you gain... Wait. When you gain max Fury Charges, remove 1 debuff. So it's max, it's not Fury Charges. That's less interesting now that I read it. If holding a shield, gain 1 avert every 3 turns. That's pretty good. We can probably get that somewhere else, though. Maybe just tough as nails. That's what I'm eyeing right now. Yeah, let's just do that. Just make ourselves a little stronger, and then... Can I get the... I can't get the... What's going on with my Discord over here? Hold on a second. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, I think Darkwing, I think you're absolutely correct. I think that is a weakness that I am trying to get around through this this Iron Spikes build, although that's another thing we should check here while we're looking. This card does it does increase damage as we go. And what does the mastery of this do? 35% base, or no longer retains on turn end, but scales way better. So we could keep 2 of them, master both of them. I think it's better to master 1 of them, but we probably want to actually do that. I should have considered that sooner. Do we have... I also just want the stats off of this, which is what I'm kind of looking for. So let's grab this. Press the attacks are not getting used anymore. All right, have a good one, Pack. Thank you for hanging out. We'll grab some strength, and then do we have a mastery floating around? I kind of feel like I left some. Yeah, I did. So let's get the spiked armor powered up, and we should definitely start increasing it. But now we're going to use some respect points on the other one because they don't stack, is what we have learned. So over here we had an eye on Answered Faith. Isn't that interesting? Restore 31 HP. Increase target's max HP by 102 for the duration of battle. Life Surge seems like it could be insane for us. We have enough respect points. We could kind of try everything. But Bulwark is the thing that I've been thinking. 6 Purge is too good not to try and get. So I think let's grab that for the time being. And then our deck is slightly thick. And I think the thing that we would get rid of for now is the Restore. It did, yes, Darkwing. I think we can look at that still. Oh shoot, do we not have a? We can go at it this way. Where's Bulwark? Just by doing this, we can take a look at it. Yeah, so Life Surge has Expend. I still think that there's another card. Where was the card? There was a card that allowed us to bring back like an expended card, and I think if we keep our deck thin, that could be insane. But where is it? Did I imagine it? Yeah, draw a card from your expend pile. So I think Discipline is a card that we want to pick up because, like, Discipline with Life Surge, we could scale our HP pool to be, you know, broken big, for lack of a better way to describe that. And then legendary item, regain all fate, or vendor purchases are cheaper. I'd probably just end up spending the fate points on a legendary item. Let's just roll the dice now. We get 3 to choose from. Omenbringer. Grants Shadow Fade. Increases Dexterity. Not that interesting. Gold Flight. Dexterity again. Or Enthrallment. Grants Zeal, +2 spell damage. Zeal now has a square area of effect, and Zeal is not that interesting for us. So I think these are all a bust, unfortunately. Gain 1 haste after moving 6 cells. I mean, I think it's... We grabbed the gold flight, but it's kind of a bust.